Hello everybody, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. I am Tom, also known as Silverfin, and we'll be carrying on with Tighnari's character quest today. When we last left off, a crab that appears to be some manner of ruin device was convinced to assist us in entering the contaminated region of the forest.
This is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. Oh, it definitely looks different from normal. It's like really creepy and suffocating.
Do you feel unwell at all?
Doing fine so far.
As I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance against the contaminated region's influence.
Just like withering zones.
How do you know that?
I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've conducted quite a few controlled experiments. My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal? This flower species is formally known as the Sumeru rose, but it is also known as the ley line lodestar. They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of ley line activity in the surrounding area.
So there's a ley line
surge. From the looks of things, the ley lines around here are already out of control.
You're saying the contamination here is coming from ley lines?
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is the case. Let's take another look around and see if we can discover more clues.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and there were a lot of foxes.
This contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line energy, which is probably the root cause of the patient's cognitive disturbances. Some animals have keen awareness. They sensed something abnormal in this area and fled.
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Yeah.
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, we also gradually habituate to our surrounding environment. Climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of ley line energies. When people live under fixed conditions, they reach a sort of homeostasis with their environment. This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing people's bodies to react in abnormal ways. If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt to changes in ley line energy, and so they fall ill.
But elemental power can handle
Why are
that.
we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but he and I are fine because our elemental capabilities allow us to adapt to this kind of change.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated ley line energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. I want to test something.
Yeah.
Environment, no wind. Target parameters, normal. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
A purification device that I made. It can absorb excess ley line energy and temporarily stabilize an area.
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover the entire region!
I bet it'd be
wouldn't
inefficient
mind
to
if
try
that would
that.
actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, it isn't something that a few purification devices can fix. The purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent the contaminated region from expanding temporarily. If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluents, we'll need to tackle the source.
Which means going right to the heart
That's
of this
right.
place.
Huh? The mechanical crab is acting a little strange.
Something's approaching. So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that had left are starting to return. Get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the purification device.
I needed a photo of these guys anyway. This worked out very nicely.
Shine down!
Propagate! Here! One with the forest.
Whew. That's all of them.
Huh.
Hey! Where are you? Wait for us! Let's hurry and keep up.
Now what could it be up to?
The mechanical crab went that way. Let's keep up.
Help! Help!
Illusion shattered!
Leave it all to me, as a good knight should. I'll catch up. Yep.
The ruined sentries didn't attack it,
Propagate!
so I'm guessing it is the same type of
Spring forth!
creature.
There's no escape!
Enshroud!
But then why would it behave so differently to the other ones we found?
Scatter!
At the very least, the mechanical crab is a lot more intelligent than a lot of the ruined golems and such that we've fought.
Spare me! Please spare me!
Hey, are you okay?
These injuries are superficial. Don't move, I'll patch you up.
Who are you all? What happened to those mechanical monsters?
We took care of
Worry,
them.
we took care of them.
Oh, good. That's good. It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
This one's with us. Please relax.
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't a bad guy. It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
Yeah.
It's faking it. It has to be. Do you know what's inside the forest? It's all crawling with mechanical freaks. I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally went into the contaminated region and almost died. I gotta get out of here. Be careful. These mechanical life forms are up to no good. No wonder the academia wanted to completely ban the existence of mechanical life forms.
Are you okay?
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been inside the contaminated region for too long.
Yeah.
Purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. At that point, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared medication that will return him to normal.
Yeah.
So you think you did a good job and want a part as your reward?
It's so hard to understand.
Alright, regardless
It's not
of
that
what
ridiculous.
you're thinking, you did some real good this time. That's why I'll give you another mechanical part. Need any help with it? Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you, I wonder? You're like a giant mechanical crab on the outside and a fluffy little hamster on the inside. And also, how do you feel about that person saying that you're as evil as the other mechanical life forms?
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand you.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding only towards matters related to mechanical components. Help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. It's getting late, so let's set up camp for the night.
Yeah.
Hey, over here! Come on, you big lummox, raise your head and look up!
No need to be rude.
Let's set up camp here.
Alright, Paimon also thinks it's a good spot.
Oh. Any particular reason?
It overlooks
This
the
place
river.
is perfect to put up a big tent. We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons of delicious food.
That too.
You're not wrong, but the primary reason for choosing this place is because its higher elevation keeps us away from the water vapor below. Rainforests are very wet. You should always be careful when spending the night in damp places. For the next tasks at hand, let's divide and conquer. I'll set up the tent, you'll be in charge of making the fire, and Paimon will forage for edibles nearby.
Leave it to Paimon. Paimon's a pro.
I'm not expecting that much. That's
Remember,
right.
only you can stop
use
rainforest
brushes to
fires.
start a fire in the wilderness. Their piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame. The downside is that they produce a lot of smoke.
Traveler, Tighnari, Paimon couldn't find any food. Paimon didn't know that rainforest had so many interesting plants until we came here. Paimon also saw wild berries on the ground, and Paimon was gonna fly over and pick them up, but the dead leaves on top suddenly started moving.
Those were probably deadleaf butterflies. They camouflage as dead leaves to evade predators. My guess is that they mistook you for a bird when you flew over. Never mind. The tent's up, so you two go rest. I'll forage for food.
If you're sure, we can handle it.
Oh, you found some already.
Not gonna say it's more useful than
This
Paimon.
time, it wants mechanical parts again.
Sorry, no part this time. That task wasn't important enough. If every little thing resulted in a reward, then it might start to take advantage of the system. I'll note little things like this and give a cumulative reward at a later time. That is one reason.
It looks really sad.
After some further thought, it might come up with some weird misunderstanding if I don't give it something. I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty tonight.
We need lookouts?
course.
Yes. Even though most animals fled because of the ley lines, we can't completely let down our guard. It's settled then. I'll set up some pest-repelling devices so poisonous insects don't come crawling into the tent. Have a good night. Not too good, though.
Let's do this.
Paimon's getting sleepy. It's been a while since we camped outside like this.
Ever since we got the Serenity
This is
pot.
like when we just started adventuring together.
We probably should have told Tighnari about the teapot. Would have saved a lot of trouble setting up camp.
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I specially used 2 of my homemade incenses. Don't worry. They're made from all natural ingredients. They have a light fragrance and aren't harmful to the body. Speaking of which, have you seen the crab? It was scampering around over there just now, but I don't know where it went. So you can tell. My suspicion is less towards the crab and more directed to its unrevealed owner.
Well, exactly.
A ley line effluence of this magnitude occurred without any warning. Someone probably disrupted the natural flow of the ley lines.
Possibly with a
Until we fully
machine.
understand the situation, take extra caution. The academia has banned mechanical life form research for years, so the origin of these creatures is very suspect.
Yeah, I was wondering, why did that
Topics
happen?
related to mechanical life forms were popular in the Spontama for a time. Some of my juniors had also thrown themselves into such research. They proposed an intriguing idea. Use our knowledge to create a new and practical life form that could help humanity conquer nature. However, no matter which modules or parts are installed, a machine is innately a construct that receives and executes commands. They can never possess self-awareness like us or other living organisms. In their pursuit to discover the differences between mechanical and biological life forms, zealous researchers performed unregulated vivisections and other absurdly cruel experiments on animals.
Okay, I see why this got banned.
Research on mechanical life forms was thus banned. The irony
Probably
is
for the best.
that the researchers became even more impetuous afterward. Who knows? Maybe this subject will be unbanned in a few years.
If it had been regulated better, they probably wouldn't have had to ban it, but...
That's a difficult question to answer. I'm interested in the topic of mechanical life, but I don't like the researchers' attitudes.
Because of the conquest of nature
It's
thing,
just my
right?
personal opinion. My ancestors and the Valuka Shuna of the desert coexisted together and supported one another. The blood of my people were born from this symbiotic relationship. So to me, all life is important. To understand life, you must first respect it. Life is not an expendable commodity, and knowledge should not be wielded like a scepter. These are the points of contention I have with some researchers, and why I left the academia.
Given
By
what they did
placing
with the dream
yourself
world, I
above
get
other
it.
life forms, what kind of results do you expect to get from researching pure life with impure intentions? Really? Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, you're back. Good.
Coffee? Did you prepare this for us?
Aww.
All right. Seeing that you're working so hard to help out, I'll give you another part. You're not planning on using it. Many of your own parts are critically degraded, and you're running low on power. All right. Suit yourself. Oh, and thanks for the coffee, but I'm about to go to sleep. Leave it with him. The night watch is
I'll
yours.
take the coffee.
Stay safe.
I do love a good coffee. After playing Persona 5 and spending so much time with Sojiro, I kind of got super into coffee for a while.
Sorry. Paimon slept through the entire night. Really?
Hey, that's fine.
You're
I could
not
handle
bad?
watch.
Don't worry. Paimon will be sure to stay awake next time.
You'll
Good
try.
morning, Traveler and Paimon. Quick question. Do you feel off at all?
Little dizzy.
Me too. The farther in we go, the closer we get to the source of the ley line effluence. We'll be heading out earlier today. I'll take down the tent.
Is there something we can do?
Extinguish our fire so we don't set the entire forest aflame. Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night.
Got it. Paimon will take care of the fire.
All right.
And I'll handle the
Let's
pest
meet back
repellent.
here later. All right. It's about time to head out. As we go further in, we may encounter more berserk machines. The effects of the ley lines will also increase. If you're struggling, it would be wise to avoid conflict. Try to conserve as much energy as possible until we reach the source of the contamination.
Yeah, we might need all our strength to deal with whatever the hell's in there.
As I thought, the closer we get to the contamination source, the more mechanical monsters that appear. I'll uproot you! Gah!
Inazuma shines eternal.
Got a very solid combo going. I think I've finally found the kind of team I want to use Tighnari, and I think this just works very well.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Let's nip that in the bud.
I'm slightly debating the possibility of having a second Electro character instead of a second Dendro, because I reckon what that would do is, I reckon that would help a lot with energy recharge. Not that I'm having huge issues with it, with the current setup. And truthfully, having both the Traveller and Tighnari is working very well for me. That might change when Nasta becomes playable though. We don't really know what her skill set will be yet, but maybe she'll have a skill set that acts in a support role, in which case I might switch things around, maybe change out Noelle if she has medical abilities of some kind. Of course, that's a big if, and we don't have enough information yet.
It stopped here.
Yeah.
Upon closer inspection, the plants here are really different.
They're
Leyline
considerably
energies are
brighter.
also stronger here. This may be the place we've been looking for. Ready yourselves. We're going in.
Yeah. Just take that rose. Sure, they'll be useful for something sooner or later. Recommended that we bring fire and water, eh? Well, that's everything except water. That's... You know what, I'm just going to bring this team for this one. I know it's not exactly completely what they asked for, but I reckon it'll be fine.
There's a ton of mechanical monsters here. They made this place their lair.
Looks like there's no way to sneak by. Let's take care of them quickly.
Wow, I sure screwed that up.
Shine down. Get out of here.
Scatter!
Excuse me. I'll uproot you.
The fuse is lit.
Well, we're certainly on the right track. Yep, it's a machine. Looks like the sort of thing the Fatui would build. Or Carnian, possibly. But it's drawing energy out of the ley lines, isn't it?
What is this?
Ley line energy is spilling out from here. This device, it's extracting energy from the ley lines without end. Who in the world would do this without considering the consequences? The ley lines won't be able to repair themselves if their flow is perpetually disrupted like this.
That's terrible. We have to stop it. Let Paimon see. Paimon doesn't see controls anywhere.
Standing here is equivalent
The
to being
energy from it
directly
is
showered in
dizzying.
ley line energy. Take Paimon and get out of here. I'll see if I can find a way to turn this thing off.
Wait, you're also vulnerable to the ley lines, right? We're staying. We can't leave you here by yourself.
Yeah.
Then let's look for it together. If there is no control unit here, then there must be a trapdoor somewhere.
You know where it is? Hey, wait for us!
Just walk straight through an illusion. Mechanical crab saving the day.
What's this? It'll only show up if you step on it?
Be careful and watch your step.
Yeah.
His body is cold.
Oh dear.
It's emaciated, and his eyes are sunken, likely from chronic malnourishment and stress. He collapsed and never got back up. What exactly happened here? Almost forgot about you. Here, this is the last one.
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. Judging by this room's layout, this place was a laboratory. We should find a repository of research documents if we keep going. The file room will definitely give us some clues, so let's go take a look. Maybe we can piece together what happened here.
I think the mechanical crab was probably created by them as part of whatever this experiment is.
Wow.
And it's been trying to save them.
It's huge in here.
This place is a natural hiding spot with how hidden it is. The pipes continue further.
Did you two find anything?
There are a lot of lab notes, but it would take way too long to read through them all. I found a tape recording used for an experiment, and based on its serial number, it's from 2 years ago.
Tape recording?
Yes, the Spontama created a device that visually records experiments and consolidates the final production into a tape. However, these devices are expensive to make and aren't entirely stable.
Come on, let's watch it.
Yeah, can't hurt.
Hold on, let me figure out how to play the tape. Goes there. Ah, okay, this should do it.
Kakata? Kakata? Seriously, I look away for 1 second and you're gone? There you are. Look here. This is our new home. I, Abatui, will unleash my talents here and amaze those ancient fossils at the Academia. Oh, you're also quite happy. Kakata, do you know what we're about to do? Yes, I thought not. Listen up, Kakata. I'm going to make a mechanical life form that can be mass-produced. The technology will be unlike anything else that exists. I'll use mechanical organs, and electric currents will course through them like blood. A steel-cast heart that will beat forever, and a brain of myriad components that can think like mine. Inspiration from the ruins and the research that the Academia had banned. I hope everything can start anew from this place. When you can understand our language and live among us, you will no longer be a boring machine, but a truly living being. It's fine. You will understand. One day, you will understand me.
Hell of a dream.
Kakata is the mechanical crab, right? And that researcher named Abatui said he wanted to prove something to the Academia?
I remember now. I had a junior researcher named Abatui. He was expelled from the Academia for researching mechanical life forms.
Junior researcher?
Yeah? What's wrong?
Nothing. Paimon was just wondering, doesn't Abatui look older than you?
He is, but academic progression isn't tied to age. I finished my studies a while ago, so subsequent students generally considered me as their senior.
Oh.
Of course, age can be an issue. For a while, people always dragged me into pictures. I felt like some kind of animal on display. That isn't important. Let's go and see if we can find other tape recordings.
Yeah, we might be able to work out what he was trying to do. You know, beyond the obvious.
Look! Paimon found another tape! A date is written on it. Let Paimon see. Oh, it's from half a year ago!
That's quite the time gap. I wonder what happened in between.
Probably a lot of construction work if this is anything to
It's
go
rare that
by.
you malfunction because of an operational error. Seems that making coffee is still somewhat difficult for you. Or is there an issue with my set parameters? All right, there you go. Water entered the chela and caused it to short circuit, so it couldn't receive signals from the ganglion. Look at me, talking to you like this. You can't understand me anyway, can you? It's fine. I swapped in some new parts, so you should be all right now. Try moving around. Everything in working order? Be
So
more
it's an
careful next time.
academia-made
We're
ruin
tight on money
golem.
right now, so we don't have a lot of parts or power to spare. I'm glad. Karkata, did you know? Yesterday, I dreamed that you could talk. Aren't the bunch at the Academia always saying things like, mechanical intelligence is just an extension of statistics? They were blown away when they saw us talking with each other. Too bad it was just a dream. Forget holding a conversation with me. You're so simple that you probably wouldn't even notice if I died. Never mind.
But he did.
I should probably be worrying about next month's power.
After Abatui left the Academia, everyone lost contact with him. I thought he was so despondent that he gave up on researching mechanical life forms. Instead, he had holed up here and continued his experiments.
Paimon doesn't feel like he's a bad person. He even changed out Karkata's broken parts. Why would he mess with ley lines?
He was desperate to
Let's
restore
keep looking
power
around.
because they were running low.
Following the serial numbers, the next recording should be here. The writing is sloppy. Perhaps his state of mind had changed. There's also an undated tape in the wrong spot. Doesn't seem like Abatui put it there.
Maybe Karkata helped him with sorting.
It's hard to say. These are the last 2 tape recordings. Let's watch them.
Who knows what we might find?
Sorry, Karkata. I was just thinking about something. Today might become a special day. In my recent experiments, I successfully gave you a living being's instincts. When you're low on power, or if one of your parts is damaged, you will prioritize your survival command and proactively recharge or replace your parts. That is a very dangerous thing. And today, I did something even more dangerous. I've officially activated the 3rd generation ley line extractor. The ley lines will serve as our power source from now on. Conducting research on mechanical life forms requires a large amount of power. Even if I scrimped and saved, the more I have wouldn't last for long. I'm also getting tired, Karkata. I don't know what's driving me to continue with this research anymore. They say that even if it simulates the operation of a living creature's organs, a machine is still an ice-cold tool. I want to prove them wrong. I want to turn you into a living, breathing, and talking being. I'm not talking about anything cheerful, Karkata. Modules for language, emotion, and movement. I've been working my absolute hardest to augment and refine your functionalities, but I've never seen an effective response. You are my finest success, but even you can't understand me. All you can do is execute limited responses based on preset commands or keywords. Karkata, I wish you could speak to me, even just once. Yes, you cannot understand me, so you cannot answer me either. It is what it is. In a few days, I'll sell the failed ley line extractor for some more and continue my experiments. Life goes on, and I have to as well. I don't have any other choice. This is new. If I place another 2 control modules here to simulate the brain's thalamus, Of course my heart decides to act up now. Why did I cut medication from our expenses? Carcata, come help me.
Oh no.
Strange. I feel weak. Oh no, I have to shut down the extractor. Shut it off. If we let them recharge indefinitely, they'll go out of control. Right. I never input a command to shut down the extractor, so you don't understand what I'm saying. In the end, it's just like the academia said. Mechanical life forms only bring danger. My research... Was there any point to it at all? I'm sorry, Kakata. In the end, I still wasn't able to turn you into a true mechanical life form.
I see. So the ley line effluence was an accident. After Abatui's unexpected death, the mechanical monsters were driven by their instincts and continuously drew out power from the ley line extractor.
Paimon understands. Then why didn't Carcata go haywire like the other machines?
Because Carcata is different from the other machines. Structures similar to living organisms, the ability to cry and laugh, and capacity for independent thought. To Abatui, only a machine with these features could be considered a mechanical life form. Perhaps only by building such a machine could he have the academia acknowledge his protracted research. But if he had slowed down and saw Carcata as a friend instead of an experimental product, he would have noticed. Carcata can't speak. And yet it cares about Abatui far more than it does about itself.
What does that mean?
You'll see in a bit. But before that, we have a more urgent task at hand. First, let's find the control unit for the ley line extractor and shut it down.
This whole time it's been trying to help, it's been trying to heal him, I guess. It's been collecting parts, keeping everything going.
More of this transparent flooring. It feels like a maze.
Here we go. Floors that only exist when you're stepping on them. Or which are only visible when you're stepping on them. I wonder what these had to do with the experiment.
Below us is the final room. The control unit is likely in there.
The way ends here. Wanna try jumping down?
Already dead.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish. Time for a light jump.
I've got you now.
One with the forest.
Vent, everybody, stand back.
Germinate!
Illusion shattered.
The fuse is lit.
Enshroud! This should be the control unit. Once we turn it off, the ley line extractor should also shut down.
Yeah.
Without an external force damaging the ley lines, they should start to slowly repair themselves. Oh, but I bet you two are more worried about Karkata. Let's head back.
Yeah. I hope it's alright. It's been ignoring its self-repair program because it's been using all of the parts trying to... I don't know, really. Trying to help. Trying to fix the machine, maybe? I'm not honestly sure. Trying to fix him.
So, Karkata has been collecting parts because it thinks doing so will fix its owner?
Karkata is unable to understand the concept of death. However, it probably remembers when Abatui replaced its parts when it malfunctioned, and how that restored it to an operational state. It's true that Karkata isn't able to think or understand many topics, but it is like a small child that imitates what adults do.
So that's why it kept stealing mechanical parts. But it can't repair its owner, no matter how hard it tries.
Yes, but the important thing is that it formed the thought of wanting to repair Abatui. No one knows how this thought came to be, but it has even suppressed the instincts that Abatui had installed. If it really is as we've predicted, this research truly will make waves in the academia. It might have been possible to achieve this with ancient technology, but no one has been able to do the same with modern tools.
Karkata? Karkata? Can you hear Paimon? Tighnari says you're awesome!
It reached its limit. It hasn't recharged this entire time, nor has it replaced its severely damaged parts. It's a miracle that it managed to hang on for so long. I'm going to confirm that the ley line extractor has shut down. Come with me. Let them be alone for a while.
Yeah. Maybe some good can still come of all this. I was hoping.
The ley line extractor has ceased operations. Traces of ley line energy are still in the atmosphere, but the effluence's source has been stopped. The purification devices will handle the rest. Moving on, those affected by the ley lines need immediate care. We'll put up an announcement on the bulletin board about the dangers of entering the contaminated region, and for symptomatic individuals to find Kale. According to the Academia's policies, we need to bring everything back. Research materials related to mechanical life forms will be destroyed, and Karkata will be disassembled and sealed away.
What the heck?
You two should return first. I'll take care of things here. Although we've stopped the source of the effluence, the ley line energy in the air exceeds normal values. Your bodies won't be able to hold up if you continue to stay here.
Yours won't either.
Listen, the Traveler hasn't rested very well, right? Also, it'll take some time to pack up all the research documents. You're not familiar with this research after all, so you won't be of much use here. Tell the Adventurers Guild that the incident has been resolved, and then get some sleep.
You're going to
We can
preserve
discuss
it.
matters tomorrow. Oh, and don't talk about Abatui. The fewer that know about mechanical life form research, the better.
Yeah,
All
we can
right.
keep that a secret for now.
Let's go back to Catherine.
Off we go.
Anyway, so the contaminated region turned out to be a ley line effluence deep in the forest. Things are already getting back to normal.
I see. Thank you for your hard work. Once the excess ley line energy dissipates from the air, we should be able to make an announcement for residents to resume their normal activities.
Yeah,
This is the stipulated reward.
Is Karkata going to be sent back to the academia?
we
It's
shouldn't.
already damaged, but Paimon feels sad thinking about it getting disassembled. Oh, then how about we find Tighnari tomorrow and ask him not to do that? Paimon really wants to go right now, but Tighnari said that we would discuss matters tomorrow. Alright then, we'll find Tighnari tomorrow and tell him not to disassemble Karkata.
Yeah. Now, before we go and do that, a new quest showed up for the current event. So we're going to quickly go and deal with that before we meet with Tighnari.
Oh, I got the same one again. I guess I'll just have to save up my allowance and get them all.
Huh? I thought you came here every day. You should have gotten them as a set. That way, you get 7 different designs at once.
But then there's no surprise.
Surprises are boring. I want to have every design there is. That I finally saved up enough to buy the set today.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but the one Cassette bought was our very last carving. We're out of stock today. But we're working on expanding our team, so please check back tomorrow.
Fine. I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah!
All right. I'm sorry.
Sorry, buddy. Our Aranara carvings have sold out for today.
Sold out?
Looks like things are going quite well.
Oh, I was gonna buy one for my cousin who's visiting tomorrow.
Hey, how about this? You live near Bronte's house, right? We'll deliver the new carvings to you first thing tomorrow.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Pies.
I promise. Akara Crafts would never let down a child.
Looks like the new carvings have been a huge success.
More customers. Sorry, our Aranara carvings have... Oh, hey! It's you guys! Thank you so much for your help. We've been planning on visiting you to express our gratitude, but as you can see, our store's been really busy. If it weren't for you, the store's anniversary might have been a different story. It's all thanks to Rossi. He has so much creativity at such a young age. Oh, and we would like you to have the prototype Aranara as a small token of appreciation.
Oh, thanks.
Whoa, wait. This looks kinda...
Mind-blowing.
Right. We appreciate your thought.
Yeah, and we can visit Tandrew and Razi as well.
The Aranara father owned up to his mistake and was forgiven by his Aranara son. I think everyone will like how the story goes. But the reason the father owned up to his mistake was too simple.
Perhaps we could make them go through some kind of hardship together. I'm sure they'll become more understanding of each other that way. The Aranara father will feel guilty after seeing his son work hard.
When the Aranara father starts feeling guilty, should he speak more slowly or more quickly?
That depends on the Aranara son. It would be interesting to hear them speak at different paces.
Hey, Tanja and Rosie, what you up to?
Dad and I are just discussing our latest story. I'll be the one telling the story this time. But I'm a little nervous about telling a story in front of so many people.
Oh, Sumeru's gonna have a new young storyteller.
If it weren't for you, Rosie would surely have left me for good.
I'm so glad everything worked out. But there's still something that doesn't quite add up.
Oh.
What is it? Do you need help investigating something? Why would a Mondstatter leave a note in a tree hollow deep in the Avidia forest?
Paimon.
I moved on from this topic. It was just a coincidence. A lot of people write down their secrets and hide them in tree hollows. It's not a big deal at all. Okay. I have my secrets and troubles too. And I tell them to tree hollows. But seeing Rosie and Tanja has given me an idea. Traveler, could you be my tree hollow?
Oh my god, she's so cute! Quest complete. I've been doing some stuff with the carvings off screen, but go wait a bit longer before I come up with the third one. Because I need to collect more stuff. Anyway, we need to wait until 8 the next morning, right? So we'll do that.
How are you feeling? Sleep well?
Of course. Let's go meet with Tighnari. This is the greenhouse place.
How do you think we should ask him?
I think Tighnari's already decided to keep it. Or at least to hide it. So...
Tighnari!
Shh, keep your voice down. The lilac daphne, a daphne of the genus Thameliaceae, has a strong anticonvulsant effect, can be made into an anesthetic powder. Extrapolating from these two datasets, it would be particularly potent against Piscine species. Hey, make sure you're getting all this down.
Of course! He's adopted Karkata.
I thought I told you all to keep your voices low. Plants aren't afraid of noise, but your shouting is making my ears ring.
You didn't disassemble Karkata?
Why would I do that?
But Paimon thought you said, according to the Academia's policies...
And Tighnari
So
isn't officially part of the Academia.
Barbarians at this hour. Fine. I suppose I wasn't clear enough about this yesterday. What I meant was, according to the Academia's policies, all products of research must be destroyed. That's why we can't let the Academia discover that place. Anyway, the first thing I did was repair Karkata. During my time at the Academia, I took an elective course at the Spantama. Who knew it would prove useful one day? We then buried Abatui together. After organizing the research materials, I kept some as a souvenir. Most of it was burned to hide the evidence. I'm not with the Academia, so what do their policies have to do with me? On the other hand, I am the Forest Watcher of the Avidia Forest. I have a duty to protect all life in the forest.
Including Karkata.
All life brought forth in this world has meaning. And Karkata is no exception. If it exists, then it shouldn't be carelessly abandoned or destroyed.
That's great! Wait, you just said life form. You recognize Karkata as a true living being now?
The possibility exists, is all. It's hard to explain Karkata's efforts to repair Abatui. Abatui only left behind a small portion of his research. Who knows how many commands he installed? Maybe a conflict between all those commands resulted in this sort of behavior. From a more rigorous perspective, it is impossible to conclude that Karkata is a real life form. But the possibility exists. I am willing to believe in that. By the way, I'm not interested in continuing research on this subject. I'm just letting it hang out here because this place is relatively secluded. But as things stand now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to make it my research assistant. At the very least, it can record my experiments. What do you think?
I think it's perfect.
When people at the academia included me in a group photo, they would also send me a copy. I have zero interest in group photos, but I also wouldn't just throw them away. I stored them all in a box. After coming back yesterday, I looked through them and found one with Abatui. I gave it to Karkata, and it seemed happy. That's good enough.
This quest didn't go at all in the direction I expected, but my god is it amazing. Tighnari and Abatui. It's always nice when a story has a happy, bittersweet ending.
Off we go!
And that concludes Tighnari's story quest. We will be ending the stream here for now. Might be back at some point in the near future though for more Sumeru adventures. Until then, thanks for watching.